Hey everyone, okay, this is Sanjeed here. I am 39 years old. I'm from Singapore and I am doing this review for Game Changers Academy. This is Fritz Horstmann's uh, program for vegan fitness and just getting a really great body with a vegan fitness program. So let's start. There's 6 questions I'm going through, so let's get started with the first one. What was your situation, body and emotion wise, that made you want to transform? Okay, so I'm 39 years old. Uh, so body wise, I have been skinny my whole life, and to be more accurate, it's more skinny fat. Yeah, so skinny fat for probably 20 plus years. Uh, so that's been plaguing me emotion wise. It's always been preventing me from going to the beach, afraid of, like taking off my shirt. It's just embarrassing when you have this kind of fold of fat here and then you're skinny and then people think that, oh, you're so thin, you're so slim, it's so great, and then you take off your shirt and they go, ugh, right? Okay, so that's really not cool. It wasn't really good emotion wise. So that was one reason I wanted to transform. And also I am 39 years old and I'm going to hit the big 40 soon, and I do want to change my body, and I do want to improve especially my cardiovascular fitness. And I also heard that a vegan diet and a vegan program can really help with cardiovascular disease, preventing cardiovascular disease, because I do have a family history of that. So my father, he had atherosclerosis. He died of a heart attack 2 years ago. So I did want to make a change because of that. And I was exploring my options. What is the best way to prevent this and take some solid steps to just getting healthier, living healthier, and feeling better about my body, and just being proactive about it instead of just eating junk food and pretending that just using olive oil, just pretending that using olive oil in your diet isn't going to cut it. It's not going to automatically make you heart disease free. There has to be it's more than that. So I did want to explore an option, and this is something that really hit me when I watched that Netflix documentary, Game Changers. That also was one of the moments when I realized, oh, this is something that I should seriously consider to prevent heart disease. So yeah, okay, I went off on a tangent there. Sorry. That was question 1. So question 2, what was your biggest fear working with online coaches? Well, to be honest, I have used coaches in person a few times previously. None of them worked. So even with in-person coaches, and it didn't work, and that was 3 or 4 times over a period of maybe 5 to 6 years, and nothing changed in my body. That was my fear. It wasn't whether it was an online coach or a physical coach, in-person coach. It was just my fear was the coach was not going to get me the results that I wanted, because previously all these coaches that I've had did not get any results. So my last coach, that was like 5-6 years ago, he recommended a paleo diet. So no carbs. I was on nuts and meats and vegetables, and I was like on a 3-day split workout, and on top of that I had to do my own exercises like cardio and stuff, HIIT and stuff like that. The biggest problem for me with that was the paleo diet was just unsustainable. I couldn't get into it, it was so draining. I had so little energy. So even before the workouts, I was so unenergetic. And of course, you can imagine when I was feeling like that, going into a workout, it was bad. After a workout, I would feel so drained. So I could feel it within my body within the first few weeks in that kind of paleo diet training, with that kind of HIIT training. I was not feeling good at all. It was so draining, and my body was not recovering. So that was a big thing. I knew deep down my body was not recovering with this diet. So that was the last coach I had. Before that, I had other coaches who did not put me on a paleo diet, but they just told me to eat more protein. So stuff myself with protein powder, whey protein. So that was before I was into veganism. I tried protein powder. I was stuffing myself with protein. They did encourage me to eat some carbs, but they were training me with standard workouts, and there was like on a 3-day split also, or even 4-day split. Nothing changed in my body, so I didn't last in those programs. At most I lasted 2 or 3 months. So this was 6 or 7 years ago, before the paleo diet coach. So I have had experience with coaches, physical coaches, fitness coaches before. Nothing worked. That was my fear going into this program, that this would not work too. But I was determined to not give up on myself. I felt deep down that this could work, because I'm going off on a tangent here, but way back when I was in national service, this is my military in Singapore, I was vegetarian because I didn't like the non-vegetarian food in the canteen, so I was vegetarian. And that was when I achieved my first pull-up. Yeah, so before that, I couldn't do a single pull-up, and after I turned vegetarian, I did my first pull-up, and it improved from there. And then I left national service, and then I completely forgot about that experience, and I went back to non-vegetarianism, non-veg diet, and then my fitness just went down. Yeah, so it wasn't really great at all. And then I suddenly remembered this recently, that maybe if that worked all those years ago to get me fitter in terms of chin-ups, maybe this vegan diet could work, and this program could work. So that was one of the reasons I joined. Okay, so how did you find us? Oh, it's easy. I was on Instagram. What was I? Oh yeah, okay, so I did mention that I watched the Netflix documentary Game Changers. So I was interested in veganism. I was Googling, and I think Fritz, one of Fritz's ads appeared on Instagram. So their targeting is quite good in digital marketing. So yeah, the ads worked, and then I thought, okay, let's listen to him. He had a podcast, so I'm into podcasts. So I was listening to him, binge listening on Google Podcasts for maybe 2 or 3 months, which made me pull the trigger on this program. I felt confident that this was a program that could work for me. One of the reasons was I saw the reviews and I saw the testimonials in the website. And a few of the testimonials were written by guys whose history looked similar to mine. Their bodies looked similar to mine. And I thought, okay, they are kind of skinny fat like me, maybe, and if they could get results, maybe it could work for me as well. So that was one big factor. So so that's how I found him. From Game Changers Academy to Instagram, and then a podcast, and then I listened, and then I just joined. Yeah. So why did you decide to join our coaching program? Yeah, okay, so I've mentioned a couple of reasons already. So, yeah, that was the reasons why. Okay, what did you learn in the program? This is a big one. Okay, first and foremost, it's not your workouts that are going to make the big difference, is your diet. So that was the big realization. Diet is critical to getting rid of flab here. So for the first time, I started to see my 2 upper abs pop out. I cannot honestly say I have a 6-pack now, but I have a 2-pack, which I've not have ever my entire life. So that's something. And I've been in this program for 6 months. So the 2-packs started to appear maybe like 2 months ago. Yep. So this was pretty great. I learned that nutrition is the number one thing you need to take care of if you want to see a 6-pack. So start with your nutrition first, then you layer on the workouts. Okay, and by nutrition, this is something that you will learn in the program. You don't need to be so complicated. You just need to focus on a few things. Number one, the protein intake that is recommended for you. And number two, the total number of calories. That is 2 things. And three things. The third one is you have to choose the foods that you're actually going to stick to. If you're going to spend hours and hours cooking a very complicated vegan meal every time, it's not going to work. It's not sustainable. You're going to give up soon. So I knew that from years ago that to be sustainable, I need something to be simple. So I supplemented a lot of my protein with vegan protein supplements. So that was critical. So you need to take care of your protein intake with supplements in a vegan diet. Secondly, the second thing you need to be aware of is so this is back to the question of what I realized the most. The mindset change was, because I'm skinny fat, I have no choice but to cut. You see, a lot of people were telling me, Sanjeed, you need to bulk up, you need to gain weight, you look so skinny. But what they don't see is underneath that t-shirt, underneath my t-shirt, there's a little bit of fat here, which is ugly, right? So they don't see that, but I see that, and that is important to me. So that is what is important. You need to get rid of that first. To get rid of that, you need your diet in control. You need your workouts also planned out. So stop thinking that you need to. If you're skinny fat like me, stop trying to think that you need to eat and eat and eat. No, the first thing you need to do is cut, right? And what was really a game changer in the terms of mindset was how much I needed to cut. I thought I just needed to cut for maybe 1 month. No, I needed to cut maybe. I'm still not entirely fat free. I still have a lot of I still have a lot of fat to cut to reveal my 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th abs. So it's not easy, but at least I got to start with the first two in my 6-pack. So let's see how it goes. How did your body and mindset change? Okay, so I just told you a bit of my mindset change, not going to go there again. How did your body change? Right, okay, so I started off in March weighing, how heavy was I? 58, I think. It was 57, 58. Now I am 51. So obviously when you cut, you're going to lose weight. And people are going to say that, oh God, you lost so much weight. Are you having some disease? That's something that happened. Some people will always think that, oh, skinny people are ugly. But after some time, the same people started to look at me and say, oh, Sanjeed, you look more vascular. I don't know what they actually meant was they were looking at my arms, and unlike before, they could see some veins. So especially when I flexed, when I was doing my bicep workouts, they could see my veins, and then they were, Sanjay, you're getting vascular. And so that got them interested in what I was doing. So yeah, that happened in my body. So yeah, so as I mentioned, my first 2 packs, that was a change in my body. What else? Yeah, nothing else, I think. Yeah. So in terms of well-being, yes, I do feel less flabby. I do feel more confident. When I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I look in the mirror, I see something different. I feel like I look more sexy, especially when I look in the mirror and I see there's a little more definition in the chest. I can see the fat is coming off here. I see my shoulders starting to fill out, as people say, it looks vascular. Yeah, so that's something that is cool. Yeah, so that's a great change in my overall emotion. It makes me feel good about myself, and I know I'm not going to stop. Like, even after this program, I'm going to continue improving and optimizing my workouts, and diet is going to be a big part of it. So let's see how it goes. Thank you.